Greetings, math fans. All right, so this is our quiz for this chapter of Exponents, and you guys have a test coming up, and you need to be prepared for this. Okay, the quizzes were not very good, and I looked at a lot of the work that you guys did, and a lot of the work was not even shown. Okay, I showed you guys a ton of work for every single problem that I did, and I expect to see this from you guys. All right, so let's go to it. All right, so the first problem. Everyone should get this one right. If you get this one wrong, then you basically don't know how to multiply exponents together. Okay, variables with exponents. So what do you do when you multiply? You add the exponents. So basically it's 3 plus 4 is 7. So the answer to this one is x to the 7th. That's easy. Okay, same thing with this one. This is 2 to the 13th power. Now what I'd like you to do is put that in your calculator. Anything with a number with an exponent, I'd like you to put it in your calculator. 2 to the 13th is 8,192. Okay, and what do you do when you have a power to a power? You multiply. So that would be x to the 35th power. Now everyone should have gotten the first three right, because those are the most basic rules that I taught you guys really from day one of this chapter. All right, and now we start getting into just a little, a few more aggressive type problems. We get some negative exponents, and like the next one here, number 4, is 3a squared. That means you're squaring each one of those terms. So show the work. It's 3 squared and a squared. Okay, so that gives you 9a squared. All right, the next one, you're multiplying the m's together, the n's together, and the p's together. So remember, you add the exponents. So if I do the m's, it's 9 plus 3 is 12. So m to the 12th. And then I do the n's together, those guys. So that's 4 plus 8 is 12, so n to the 12th. And then the p's together, and that's 2 plus 3 is 5, so p to the 5th power. Okay, pretty easy. Okay, what happens when you have a negative exponent? It moves to the other side of the fraction. So if you need to make it a fraction, to start out, put it over 1, and then that x to the negative 4th goes to the bottom of the fraction, and it becomes positive, so it's 1 over x to the positive 4th. Okay? Everyone should have gotten these. Again, these are really basic problems. Number 7, you better have gotten this one right. Anything to the 0 power is 1. All right? This one, there's a difference. I mean, look at the difference between these two problems here, guys. All right? This one's got parentheses. So even if you type this in your calculator, if you literally typed it physically in your calculator with parentheses, this one will give you a 1, and this one without a parenthesis will do 1 to the 4th power, and then it'll put a negative after it, so that'll be negative 1. Okay, it's just, you can put it in your calculator. So this is negative 1 and this is positive 1. Okay? Alright, so number 10, understand that each term gets a negative 1 exponent. So 7 to the negative 1 and m to the negative 1. So that means it's 1 over, because you make it a fraction, and they both of them go to the bottom of the fraction. So 7 goes in the bottom and m goes in the bottom, and you have 1 over 7m. Okay, number 11, what goes to the bottom of the fraction for this one? Well, it's not in parentheses, so the only thing that's affected by that negative 3 is that y. So the 6 stays on top and the y goes in the bottom, and you get 6 over y cubed. Okay, this next one, pretty straightforward. I remember some of you guys doing, you're adding numbers like this. This is multiplication, 3 times 2. So the numbers, you actually do the multiplication or division or whatever, but 3 times 2 is 6. And then I put the x's together. So the x's go together, so you add those exponents, x to the 5th, and the y's go together. And remember, this is y to the 1. So 1 plus 4 is 5, so y to the 5th. Okay, so 6x to the 5th, y to the 5th. Okay? The next one, again, you look at the problem and you're like, okay, so what has a negative exponent? That 3 is not touching that negative exponent, so this is the only part that moves to the other side of the fraction. So that becomes positive when I move it to the top, and the 3 stays there. And that's my answer, x to the 4th over 3. Okay, number 14, everything gets affected by that exponent. So I'm going to write it as negative 2 cubed x squared cubed and z, if you want to put z to the first, cubed. Okay, I don't care, you can put that in your calculator, put the parentheses around it, because it should have it around there, and you get negative 8. That's, remember, you multiply, so it's x to the 6th, z to the 3rd. Okay, so negative 8x to the 6th, z to the 3rd. Okay, anything to the 0 power, that whole thing is there, that's 1. Alright, those are easy problems. Anything to 0 power, as long as it's got lots of parentheses around it, it's 1. If it doesn't have lots of parentheses around it, it's only what touches that, touches the exponent. Right? So none of these problems really were that difficult. Just kind of follow the rules. Okay? Alright, let's keep going here. 5 to the negative 3. Okay, once again, it's 1 over 5 cubed. Okay, and what's 5 cubed? It's, put it in your calculator, it's 125. So that's my answer, 1 over 125. Okay, this is all multiplication. You're missing a 1 here, go out of the 1. So what do you do with the exponents? You add them. So 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 7 is 10. So that's y to the 10th power. Alright, the only thing that has a negative exponent is that a, that moves to the top of the fraction. So it's 6a and it becomes positive, so 6a to the 4th. Okay? Now we got this next one's a little bit more challenging because you have to deal with the parentheses first, and then we're going to multiply at the end. So basically we have 4 to the 3rd power, x squared to the 3rd power, y to the 1st to the 3rd power, okay, times, then this is the next one now, that's y, what do you do, it's y squared cubed, so it's y to the 6th power. So let me simplify that. 4 cubed is 64. X squared cubed is x to the 6th. That's y to the 3rd. And that's y to the 6th. Okay, so put those y's together. So you have 64, x to the 6th, y to the 9th. Okay, that was a little bit more work, but that's okay. It was so 64, x to the 6th, y to the 9th. Okay, let's do this guy right here. I'm going to put this over 1. And what is touching a negative exponent? The only thing touching a negative exponent is the x. So the x is the only thing that goes to the other side of the fraction. Everything else stays there. So that's 2y cubed, and that moves to the bottom. It becomes x cubed in the bottom. And that's your answer. So it's 2y cubed over x cubed. Okay? This one, now we start doing division. Alright? And remember I told you, you do a battle. So who wins with the y's? The top wins by 2. Right? Because 8 minus 6, I mean, however you will look at it, we have the Battle of the Civil War. So the top wins by 2. So you get 9 squared on top. I mean, you can put it over 1, but you don't need to. So it's 9 squared, and 9 squared is 81. Okay? Who wins with this one? The bottom wins by 2. And 8 squared is 64. That's 1 over 64. Okay, remember when you have a parenthesis, every term gets cubed. So it's x to the 6th cubed and 2 cubed. So remember, you multiply those together, the exponents, so it's x to the 18th. And on the bottom, just 2 cubed is 8. And there you go. X to the 18th over 8. Okay? This one, I'm just going to do battle, but I'm going to put a 1 here. So who wins with the x's? The top by 3. X cubed is on top. Who wins with the m's? The top by 4. So there's nothing on the bottom, so you don't even write that. So that's your answer. X cubed m to the 4th. Okay? Right, so this is, it's multiplication. So I'm just going to put this together. If you want to just put it together, it's really a squared over a to the 4th. Okay, because that's what you want to do before you do your battle, before you divide, multiply everything together on top and the bottom. Okay, so you get 8 squared over a to the fourth. Who wins? The bottom by 2. So it's 1 over a squared. Okay, 26. What I'm going to do is each term gets multiplied by -1. So it's x. So 5 times -1 is -5. And 3 times -1 is -3. What do you do with each of those? They basically switch sides because the -5 goes to the bottom and the -3 goes to the top. So you really get x cubed over x to the fifth. Okay, and who wins? The bottom by 2. So 1 over x squared. And again, some of you are saying, well, where's that 1 come from? Well, you need a placeholder. You're certainly not going to write an answer of line x squared. It doesn't even make sense. Okay, it's 1 over x squared. Okay, so 27. I'm going to multiply the top together first. I get x to the 10th over x cubed. So I do a battle. The top wins by 7. That's my answer. Okay. Okay, we're almost done here. These last few problems are probably the most challenging of all the problems. What you're going to do is, just for number 28, you just cube that top. So it's, let me write it out, show my work. 2 cubed, put that in parentheses, a squared cubed, b cubed, we'll say that's b to the 1 cubed. On the bottom gets 2 squared, a to the first squared, and b cubed squared. Okay, I just showed my work, no big deal. Okay, so 2 cubed is 8, a squared cubed is a to the 6th, b to the 1 times 3 is 3. Alright, in the bottom I get 2 squared is 4, and that's a to the 2nd, b to the 6th. Alright, and then I do battle. Well, 8 over 4, you guys should know, you can put it in your calculator if you want, but it's 2. That's on top. And then I have battle with the A's, and the top wins by 4. And then I have battle with the B's, and the bottom wins by 3. Okay, so 2a to the 4th, 2a to the 4th over b cubed. Alright, this next one, I told you guys you can use your calculator for this, so you could do 2/3 times 9 over 1 and use your fraction button and get your answer. And if you do that, you wind up just getting a 6 on top. So 6 over 1. So I'm just going to put that there because that's the number that's left over with the when you multiply everything together. So anyway, I'm going to put a 1 here and a 1 here. Help you with the variables. Okay. And I'm going to get rid of that little line right there. All right. So anyway, x squared times x to the 1 is x cubed. I'm just doing the top. Y to the 1 times y squared is y cubed. On the bottom, x, I don't have anything, so x to the 1 and y to the 4th. And then I'm going to do battle. Okay, so 6 stays there. Who wins with the x's? The top by 2. Who wins with the y's? The bottom by 1. So there you go. It's 6x squared over y. Okay, and the last one, again, it's 6 cubed, a to the first cubed over b cubed cubed. So 6 cubed, put in your calculator, it's 216. A to the first cubed is just a cubed, and b cubed cubed is b to the 9th. There we go. So it's 216 a cubed over b to the 9th. Okay, I did this. I know I'm a math teacher, and I did this in 15 minutes. But you guys had like a lot of time to do it. Take your time doing these problems. Okay, follow all the rules. Your test is coming up. You got to know it for Monday, and you got to know how to do all these problems, guys. All right, so use all your rules that I taught you guys with adding or really multiplying raising a power to a power, and dividing, and 0 exponents and negative exponents, and you should be good to go. All right, but please prepare for this. This is an important test. All right, that's it, math fans. Have an outstanding day. Take it easy. Adios. Goodbye.